right, looks like everyone is in the meeting. So let's start with John Boyle. Do you have a question for Stefan?
Sure, Stefan. Congrats. Welcome to Seattle. Just tell us a little bit about your game. I know you played some receiver and tight end in college. Just kind of where do you see yourself sitting in the NFL?
I'm willing to honestly fit anywhere. I'm willing to do anything the team needs. I could play receiver. I could play tight end. Whatever the team needs for me to help produce it and to win a game, I'm all for it.
Brady Henderson?
Hi, Stefan. Congratulations. Just following up on that last question, can you help us understand exactly what your role was at LSU? Did you kind of do both wide receiver and tight end?
So going into my senior year, when Coach Joe Brady came in with the new offense, I went into the season playing tight end. So I played tight end during the spring. I played tight end during the fall, and I played a few games playing tight end. But one of our receivers got hurt and then Coach Brady asked me to move to receiver. And so maybe the middle of the season, I moved back to receiver. But he always was in my ear telling me how I was going to play tight end. So I really don't know what kind of my role was, honestly, because we was always doing rotations and things like that when I was at the tight end position. Also when I went to the receiver position. So I really don't know what was my role kind of in that offense, but I wasn't really complaining about anything but getting playing time or trying to see where I'm getting the ball or anything, because I'm a team player and I'm willing to do whatever the team needs, and when Coach Brady asked me to move back to receiver, I did it with no hesitation. So I guess my role was just being a team player and make sure I'm that team player and make sure that I'm helping the team, I guess.
And what do you weigh right now?
250.
250, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Corbin?
Congratulations on being drafted. What were you doing at the time? How surprised were you there at the end of the 7th round that the Seahawks traded up to come get you?
Let me break it down. So I'm watching the draft. I'm pacing. I'm walking back and forth, and my agent's calling me. He's telling me how he got deals on the line for me going as a free agent. So Miami called me after, and they were saying how they had 2 picks left and they were gonna try to grab me or whatever. So one of those picks came, they didn't grab me or whatever, and then I got the call from Seattle. So it was completely I really don't even know what to even say. It was so mind blowing, and I didn't expect it at all, man. And it's just I don't know. It's just something that at first I was a free agent 5 minutes ago, and then next thing you know, I'm getting a call from Seattle saying they're gonna pick me, and then it was crazy, man. It's just something I really can't explain.
What does that mean to you for them to trade back into the draft to be able to get you? How badly they wanted you, considering they maybe were worried they couldn't get you in free agency?
Yes, sir. Man, it feels great, man. It feels like I'm wanted, and it brings that fire into me. It feels that I need to go in there and prove myself. I got to go in there and give them 110% every single day, and they believe in me, and I appreciate them for believing in me, believing in my talent, and I'm ready to get to work. I'm ready to win a Super Bowl. Honestly, I'm ready to get to it for sure.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Curtis?
Hey, Stefan, congrats. Just out of curiosity, how much contact had you had with Seattle? Did you know of their interest in you in any regard before the weekend here?
I talked to them at the Senior Bowl. I talked to them a little bit at the Combine, not too much at the Combine. And then that probably was honestly it. And Coach called me today. It was so unexpected. Coach told me at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine that he was gonna come get me, and you just never know how those things are gonna work. So but it played out for the best. So I'm happy with the decision. I'm happy to be a Seahawk. I'm ready to get to work for sure.
And how much do you expect being in Brady's system last year? I'm assuming it's pretty pro styled to some extent from his time with New Orleans and such. How much do you think that prepares you for making the jump out of the NFL?
Not his offense prepared me to be in a pro offense, and just him being himself. He when I moved back to the receiver position, he made sure that we had our game plan. He made sure that we had tape on the opposite team. He made sure that we carried ourselves as pros, and so I knew when I first met him that he was going to change my life just by being a man, just by growing up, and his offense just made it so much better for the next chapter in my life, just being in the league, because he coming from the Saints, so he had history, he had knowledge to give us, and he had no hesitation on giving us that knowledge, giving us that background that he had. So that offense and him and himself helped us a lot. We threw the ball a lot. We ran it. We had running backs going for 60, 100 yards catching. So he's a guy that helped on and off the field when it comes down to being at that next level, being a pro.
Thanks, Stefan. Appreciate it.
Joe Fan.
Stefan, just to clarify, you said Pete Carroll came out to you at the Senior Bowl and said, "Hey, we're going to come get you"?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. And then, I know at the Senior Bowl, you spent that whole week at tight end, and, having moved from wide receiver previously, I'm guessing you spent your whole pre-draft process kind of assuming you were going to be drafted as a tight end. Now, Seattle shared you, at least on, when they announced the pick, that announced you as a wide receiver. Is that a transition you would welcome? I know you would say that you'd do anything, of course, but do you feel more comfortable at that spot?
As a tight end?
As a wide receiver?
Oh yeah, I mean, of course I feel comfortable as a tight end position because I played it more than I played of course I feel more comfortable playing the wide receiver position than the tight end position because I played it more. I played it throughout my whole, almost my whole college career, and but I'm like you said and like I said before, I'm willing to play anything. I'm willing to do whatever the team needs, but I'm comfortable at receiver and I'm comfortable at tight end now. At first, I wasn't comfortable at tight end. I wasn't comfortable putting my hand in the ground. But now that I had some progress with it, I got comfortable with it. I learned some new things about it. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with playing tight end. I'm comfortable with playing receiver. And whatever the team needs, I'm your guy for sure.
Greg Bell.
Stefan, hi, congratulations. You were very open at SEC Media Day last year talking about where you came from. What did you learn from that experience, and how did that motivate you and mold you into the man you are now?
I'm sorry, you cut out. I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, how did growing up in the poverty you did mold you into the person you are now, and how did it motivate you to succeed?
Just the things that I've seen, just the things that I've done just growing up, man. I kind of became a man on my own just by learning from watching, just watching coaches, just watching families and things like that. I've been through so much adversity. I've stayed on a bridge. I stayed on a bridge a few nights before. I saw my mom and dad get incarcerated. I saw my dad do cocaine in front of my mom. I saw my dad beat my mom. I saw my brothers and my dad get in a fight. It's just so much that I've been through, and every single day I think about that. I think about my situation growing up, and I guess you can say that motivates me. Well, it does actually, and it motivates me every single day, and just me thinking about my past and just thinking about so much that I've been through. It's a long time coming, and it's been some nights where I didn't know where my next meal was gonna come from. It's been some nights where I didn't know if I would have clean clothes for school, and man, just hearing my name called, it's really a dream come true, man. I can't really ask for nothing more.
We saw on television a gentleman next to you when you got the call that you were drafted. Was that your older brother?
No, that was my best friend. His family took me in high school. His family took me in my sophomore year of high school. So my freshman year of high school, I was staying with my auntie, but she ended up moving out, and her kids ended up moving out or whatever. And it was me and her daughter staying in the trailer. And some nights we didn't have our meals, some nights we didn't eat, some nights we didn't have clean clothes to go to school and things like that. So that's when I met my mentor, Miss Michelle. She helped out. She made sure that I ate and things like that. I always used to go by the guy that you seen in the video. His name is Tyler Brown. I always used to go by his house just for like meals to eat and things like that. And one day I just asked his mom, can I live with him? She took me in with open arms, and she already had 3 sons and a husband. And she took me in with open arms, and I moved in with them my sophomore year of high school, and I ended up staying with them my whole career through high school. And I left high school early just to really get out their house because I always felt like I was too much. She never mentioned that. She never complained about it, not one time. And it just was something to me that I wanted to get out that situation that I was in to just move on to the next chapter. That's why I left high school early. But yeah, he's my best friend. His family took me into high school. They're like my family now for sure.
Colin Brown and his mother, Mrs.
Tyler.
I'm sorry?
Tyler Brown.
Tyler, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
And his mother is Michelle?
No, his mother is Claudine Brown.
Thank you. I don't know how you could anticipate this coming from what you just described to us. Is there any way to put into words how you can come from that to the NFL?
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how you can put that into words. Every kid got their background, every kid got their story. It's just when you going through adversity and when you going through things like that, man, you gotta find something deep inside of you that just telling you don't give up, man, because the light is at the end of the tunnel. And I always kept my eye on that light, man. I never gave up.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Masvita, do you have a question?
I do. So it's Stefan, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations and welcome to Seattle. Kind of going to stay on the same theme that Greg was talking about. When you talked about that light, what was that grounding? I heard the mentors and your best friend, right? But what was that grounding space that you went to?
Say it again.
What kept you grounded in all of the adversity that you were able to persevere and be here now?
I guess it's just something that was in me, myself, I guess. I had a lot of opportunities to go the other route, to be in jail, to sell drugs, to do something like that. I never done that. All my brothers been incarcerated except for me. I've seen the violence, I've seen the drug deals, I've seen the gun violence. I've seen it all. So I had plenty of opportunities to go that route. It was just something in me that told myself to just stand your ground and just don't be like them. Be something different. Be that person a kid like you look up to. And I guess that helped me stand my ground. And at the end of the day, man, I just want to help that young kid that's like me. I didn't have that person that to look up to and be like, okay, I'm going to go to college, I'm going to graduate, I'm going to go to this, do this and that. And I feel like I want to be that person that kids in my city, Donaldsonville, they look up to. In Donaldsonville, you don't have kids. You don't have kids going to college. You don't have kids graduating high school. So I honestly, that really just made me stand my ground. Just being a hero to some kids. Yes, sir.
Do we have any other questions? Well, Stefan, thanks so much, man. We appreciate you jumping on here. Congratulations.
Stefan, I don't know if you said this. At the Senior Bowl, what position were you playing? Were you playing tight end there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, Stefan, thank you.
Thank you.
Stefan, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much, man. Thank you.